Yeah, yeah. Microphone is working, so what I told you. German music, that one always delivers.
That's true, but you know the reference? This music was inspired by Zarathustra by Nietzsche, and he ended up crazy, so...
Yeah, we are talking here about testing, so there is some kind of relationship. Getting crazy, writing tests, you know what I'm...
Yeah, you mean like you get crazy if you don't have tests, and when you write tests, you get crazy too?
Yes,
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know what we can do about that. Yeah. But talking about craziness, people might think we're just crazy people here. We might present ourselves
kind
first.
Of, yeah, with the red circle or something.
Yeah, what's that? I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah, so can you...
Introduce ourselves, yes?
Let's introduce ourselves. So, my name is Younes. I'm a software cook, like you. Like, try to find the right recipes, the right ingredients. Sometimes we mess up, we don't choose the right tools, you know. And I teach people, do video courses and workshops about Angular, a lot of testing. You can find more on my website, marmicode.io. And I'm also a Google developer expert, just like Rainer here.
Yes, exactly. So I'm also part of Angular Architects. We're doing workshops and consulting, and I'm also member of some open source projects, Sheriff, also NGRX, and today we are going to introduce a new one.
Yeah, because there's not enough open source projects in Rainer's mind, so he's always up for some other project.
Yes.
And talking about things we have in common, we both come from like different countries, from Europe, you know, the place where we regulate things.
Yeah, just, I mean, maybe they don't know about this stuff, but we don't really invest our money into AI. What we have done is that this cap is fixed. This is a regulation in Europe that you don't lose it. Yeah. And this is what we're doing all the time.
And we really got used to it. I don't know how you guys do. Like, you lose the cap, and then what do you do with the bottle? And
I don't even know how to drink anymore in the US.
I'm thirsty. I have to go back to France. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And talking about regulations, so it starts with the bottle caps, and it can go to spaceships. And maybe in some future, we'll have like, and maybe it's the present, I don't know, and we'll have spaceships that are controlled by AI pilots.
Yeah, but yeah, the AI pilots, you have to be careful because they can always crash or do some very strange things.
Yes.
And before we actually thinking about doing anything,
first thing,
regulations.
Regulations.
Yes.
So we have to follow the STOP regulation, Sentient AI Termination and Override Protocol, because we have to be able to shut down the AI before inventing it, okay?
Exactly.
So
we have here the shutdown system feature, so to say. And since this is that crucial, of course, we also have to make sure that this works all the time. We don't want that you can disable that thing.
Yeah.
And so we need something.
We have to test it somehow.
Yeah, we have to test it. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Do you know how they test these things?
I don't know exactly, but I can call Elise. She works for the European Space Agency, and maybe she can.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon.
In France.
Yes. Oh, France. Okay, good.
I'll call her with an unknown number. Hey.
Fine, and you?
Oh, well, we're good. So she was listening to us, actually. I don't know, anticipating. So listen, Elise, we're at ng-conf, and we're trying to figure out a way of testing the AI pilot shutdown system. And we're wondering, how do you guys test this?
We have a QA team. They just test everything manually.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to go that way.
No.
Okay, well, thank you. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Well, okay. Thank you, guys. Good luck.
Good. So we are going to do it on our own.
Yeah, we'll figure out.
Maybe before we start writing a test for it, I mean, I would first go with an end-to-end test.
Yes.
And maybe we just take a look at the application that we know what we're actually dealing with.
That sounds wise. Like.
So in the end, it's just the shutdown button that we have to click.
Yeah.
So here's the application. It's already running.
Yes.
It's not the shutdown button. I just click on it.
Good evening. Before we proceed with the shutdown sequence, what is your name?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Now, what is interesting? And could you us name on a scale from 1 to 10?
Should I really answer 387 questions?
Now that you're saying that, I remember the questionnaire the wizard is dynamic, so depending on your answers, it starts asking more questions, and they're random.
Yeah, but I just want to reach the shutdown button. I don't want to test all that stuff.
Yeah, I see, but there's no deep linking or anything. You have to go through the wizard if you want to end-to-end test it. So if you want to...
Yeah, so that's the problem of the end-to-end test. I mean, it's really easy because we see a lot of things, but we need to have the full application, and if the navigation doesn't work,
a lot of clutter.
Then it's not a good thing. Yeah.
I think, yeah, we better go off with some narrower tests.
Yes, with a normal test, yeah.
So that we could call that whatever you want.
Yeah, but then maybe we can go directly to the shutdown component and then just test that one, yeah. So you might be surprised that I already have prepared something. Yeah. By the way, we are using the modern testing tools which we have available. It's not just like native Angular testing. So we see, you see, it's the VTest, that's the framework for the future, hopefully. And we are also using the testing library, which comes with a lot of utility functions.
Yeah. Who's using the testing library here? Who's good? And who've heard of it? And who've heard of it since last 2 minutes? Just, somebody's not listening. Okay, it's good.
Good. All right. Yeah. So I have already prepared here a mount shutdown function, which in the end is just configuring the testing module as we usually do it, and we call this we want to mount the component in that sense. So we would not say, okay, component, the shutdown component is not there.
Now it's there. Yeah.
You see the button, and well, then we have to click on it.
Yeah. Let's just find the button and click on it. Wait for it to appear, no matter.
So there's a screen command where we can very easily come up with certain finder functions, and since everything is accessible, I can say here find by role.
Yeah,
that's
the good way with testing library, and even with the Playwrights, that you have this queries where you query by role instead of going with CSS selectors that couple you to implementation details.
The problem is now I don't see the button. Do you know the name of it? We have to go into the source code.
Yeah, we have to go to the source code if it's implemented, or I have to go to the requirements. Yeah. And if I remember well, at least told me it's called shutdown system. The button's called shutdown.
Okay, good.
We cannot guess it, especially
await that one, and then we have here user event where I'm saying I want to click on it, and of course I also need to await this stuff here.
Yeah.
Good. Then we clicked on the button, and then actually the system should shut down itself.
It should shut down. It should show like the regulation says should show system offline in the status section.
So I would say expecting, I'm awaiting again a screen, find by role.
Yes.
Since this is a status change, the role is
a state. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is just hopefully only one, and then we can say to have text content. Now I'm going to say
system offline from the regulation number 74.
Okay.
Good.
Then let's give it a try. So that would be pm ng test. As we said before, that one's going to be vtest. Looks exactly the same. The test is working. Let me quickly check.
Good.
It's also really working, so I'm letting it fail. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we have finally the test. We have 8 minutes left.
Perfect. Good. Well,
good. So
anyway.
We can go home.
Yeah. Oh, super nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
All right.
Oh my God.
What?
They've lost contact with spaceship 404.
Why?
I don't know. Like they say in the logs, it said they tried to shut down the AI pilot that was doing loopings or whatever, and they couldn't.
Yeah, sorry for them, but we have here a test. I mean, the test is saying it works.
Yeah, but I know if I'm going to tell them our tests are passing and there are people lost in space because of us, so I have to.
What else should I do? I mean, we have end-to-end test didn't work, although it might have showed us something which we don't know. And now we have a component test that one also tells it's working. We are not mocking anything. But that's a typical problem that we always have.
Yes, exactly.
We have like these closed tests where we can directly go to the shutdown thing or the end-to-end test with the navigation.
We have to find the balance because here you have like false negatives, the test is passing, but the thing is apparently it's not working. So, anyway.
Looks like that.
So what if we were living in a world where we could have like the right balance? We have like the Playwright experience. Who's using Playwright here, by the way? Yeah. Who've heard of Playwright from before? Okay, good. Good. So, and you know, we all love the Playwright experience, but we'd love to have it even by just mounting one component. So, how could we? What if we could? do that?
I mean, the idea is, I don't want to start the application. I just want to have a Playwright test where I go directly to the shutdown component.
Zoom in and
I want to test only this part.
Good.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Just have to put my apron on in case things get dirty.
Your clicker.
It's here.
It's here. Good.
Okay. You know, with testing, it always gets dirty at some point.
Yes, so I'm staying away from you.
Yeah, good. Be careful. Okay, so here, having this Playwright test here, so it's a typical Playwright test that has nothing in it. The only difference is that we're not importing it from Playwright, we're importing it from Testronaut. And Testronaut is the tool that we're building together. And so we're just adding utilities to Playwright. We're not rewriting the test framework. We don't have that ambition.
So in Playwright, you can write your own commands, so to say, your custom commands. And in our case, we call it in Playwright fixtures. And in our case, we have a mount fixture, but also run in browser fixture. And the mount fixture, hopefully, is doing what it is supposed to do, namely mounting the component.
Exactly. So instead of navigating as you would do, like go to some page and do whatever you want to do, here you are able to just mount your shutdown component like this.
And since this is a real Playwright test, also for Playwright, it's just Playwright. It doesn't see a difference. That means that we have access to all the functionalities that Playwright comes with, also the VS Code integration, which means if we would now run the test, we would see something. A browser would open, and we would then see how this thing looks like. You know, the test runs, and we see, oh, there is a problem with this shutdown thing. There is a cookie regulation.
Wait, there's no sound, so let me just run
Yeah,
it.
because I didn't. But it doesn't matter. You see already why it's not. Okay.
Good.
There is a cookie thing.
There's the cookie, of course.
You can't turn off the AI without.
No, you have to accept the cookies first.
That's important.
Yes.
But the problem is that the buttons are disabled and there is something overlay.
Yeah, and the button that we want to click is behind that banner. And for instance, if I try to click on it, if I go with page get by role, the button is called, what was it called again?
By the way, you see here the Playwright features where we have a direct connection between VS Code and the running browser, where Playwright understands the commands that Younes is now typing and would highlight the DOM elements.
You can see that the button is highlighted behind the banner. So that's the real Playwright feature that is very useful. And if we run the test,
it will hopefully fail because you can't click the button.
Exactly.
Playwright is, of course, waiting. So it says maybe
I've been expecting you, Dave.
Maybe that thing, that overlay goes away after some time, so it gives the application the time to do all its stuff.
It's better if I click.
No, it's not going to work.
It's better if I click. I wasn't clicking.
Ah, good.
I've been expecting you, Dave.
And now it's trying to click. It's trying to click. Our timeout is pretty high on purpose because we wanted the audio to play and stuff. So.
Yeah, and once the test is failing, we also see the error message, why it's not working. In the end, those of you who are using Playwright, you know all of that stuff already from end-to-end testing, but again, we want to just highlight that this is now really just the Playwright test. And the nice thing is that we can now also directly go into our components and just fix it. We know that the button is disabled, so we can just remove it, hopefully. Playwright has a file watcher, so it knows that we have changed something and would then restart the test, and then hopefully it works.
I've been expecting you, Dave.
Good. We can see the buttons. Yay! But let's go.
Let's go.
Now,
we are not done yet. We are not done yet.
Now we have to write the test.
Click on the buttons, and here again, another Playwright feature, which is a recorder. So what Younes could now do, he can say, I want you to record the things that I'm now doing, and then you're doing exactly what our colleagues at the European Space Station are doing, manual testing things.
Exactly.
But Playwright will now record these commands, so we only have to do this once. And,
so I'm going to click here, and it's right in the first click. I'm going to click here.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Just kidding. Initiating shutdown sequence now. Daisy, give me your answer.
Okay.
And what you also have is that you can even tell Playwright what kind of things you want to assert for. So in our case, we would say there is an offline button shown somewhere.
Asserting the text on this element, and the text I want is the one that is on it. So, sorry. So I just have to click on it and accept the text, and we're done.
Yeah. Save it, and then now it reruns and hopefully works. Yeah. So we expect that this works.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid.
I'm shutting the sound because it's slow and it's...
Yeah, but that's the problem, because very often we have certain timeouts in our application. So we have to make certain configuration settings to the testing environment, meaning configure testing module or something like this. And this is something we can also do here. So we have the possibility to define certain code which runs in the browser before or after the component was mounted.
Yeah, and as you can see, like it took 11 seconds here because we were waiting for all the sounds to play and all the last words of HAL. And so now what I could do, I can call the other utility, the other fixture that we have, which is run in browser. I give it a name because it's always useful.
Yep.
Configure the providers. And here, the code I'm putting here is any code I want that will actually be run in the browser. But it's not just code that I serialize and run in the browser. It's actually going through, the imports are extracted, and it's going through the Angular CLI build. We're not having a custom build or anything. So anything we put there, it's really going to be built by Angular and stuff.
Yeah, so you're using the normal API of Angular testing because you know this is running in a normal Angular application, which means configure testing module, your providers. You can also provide the HTTP client. You could even do a console log, whatever you want. In the end, that thing runs in the browser only. The rest is then again the normal Playwright test.
So I'm disabling the voice, and I'm asking the last word to be faster, just 10 milliseconds to move to the next word. And now, I save this, it's running the test again, and it's super fast.
So this would now be a final test, and I hope you see all the advantages that you get. And of course, these are all not the features that you can use of Playwright. We have the trace viewer, we have the UI mode. That all just works, because from Playwright's perspective, it's nothing else than a simple end-to-end test with certain fixtures, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about this, and if you want to give it a try, okay. So you can visit right now. It's the early stage, of course. So we're looking for open issues. Share your experience, and we'll publish on the website the source code of the HAL AI if you want to have fun with it. And
yeah, there is just one thing which maybe we can say a little bit about the implementation because we have a few minutes left. So for us, it was very important to keep it simple because we want to maintain Testronaut. It should be very easy, although we don't want to have that much code. So what we were thinking, there are two parties. We have Playwright, which is very good in doing tests. We don't want to provide any code in this testing area. On the other side, we need something which is able to compile the components. And we don't want to create our own builder. We don't want to go into that kind of rabbit hole, or however you want to call it. We have the Angular CLI for that. So we are delegating more or less the complete compilation to the Angular CLI. It's just doing its stuff. And what the Testronaut, in the end, just is a connector between these two worlds. It's just delegating to Playwright the test and to the Angular CLI the builder. Younes has much more experience with buildings, the builder processes, and that stuff.
There's a story behind this. We tried to bring Playwright component testing to Playwright officially, but I don't know how to say that, but it's not moving forward. I don't know if you tried to follow that. So Playwright is not moving forward to that, into this direction, and especially that their strategies about like having Vite plugins and stuff. So it doesn't work well with Angular. It's not working well with even other frameworks. That's why we have this approach. And this way, even if Angular CLI changes the whole build pipeline, we do not care because it's just going to work. They know what they're doing. We don't want to dive into that. Playwright does know how to control a browser. They provide a nice developer experience. We don't want to dive into that.
Exactly.
And we just want to plug them together.
So as long as the ng-conf works, we are happy. We don't have to do anything. It's just for us, it's another ng-conf, and that's it.
Cool.
Good.
Well, that was
What was it?
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Let's go. Bye.